All right, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969. This is ISUPK, Jacksonville, Precinct Officer Kazak Damar, right? I'm going to hold it down, see if maybe we can answer some questions, get some things taught today. We right here, if you're in Jacksonville, we in the Brentwood Library this week, 903rd, so we got to switch up like every 2. We only get 2 a month. Still trying to get everything worked out as far as the schedule, but we keep pushing regardless. All right, so we'll start off with anybody got any questions. You looking for one or no?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Nobody got no questions? All right, well, I'll ask y'all some questions then. How about that? That's how we roll. Who is that? That was Shaw coming in? But Shalom Ites is up. Let me see here. We're going to go into it. All right, give me Hebrews 5 and 12. We'll start there. See if y'all come up with some questions, all right? You got me, Trooper? Oh, Slack. You said you got me.
Hebrews against Slack.
5 and 12. All right, go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
So here we go, 2021, middle of the pandemic. And it's a time where we should be teaching our kids how to serve the Lord. Here's the problem. Only thing we know about serving the Lord, we learn from our grandma and them. We learned from our auntie and them and everybody that was in the church. And here's the problem. Everything they taught us was not in the Bible. So now we got need that somebody teach us again. This is what we come out here to do. Try to make sure that you understand that everything that you learned was not exactly the way that the Most High wanted it to be. But it was something that was taught to us in a mixture of, Greek mythology, fables, things that they taught us through slavery and so on and so forth. So now, and we're supposed to already know how to serve the Lord. We got to learn how to serve him again. And that's where we at right now. So read it from the top again.
From verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again.
Right.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
Now here's the problem. Everybody want to know all the heavy stuff, all the, how many times your house was here, how many heavens is there? I heard it's 7 heavens. You ever heard that? 7 heavens. What does that mean? Can you break it down for me? What does that mean?
I thought that was from like the.
I believe it might be in the Bible. Is it in the Bible? What about that? God don't like ugly. Is that in the Bible? God don't like ugly people. Is that in the Bible? Well, it's all kind of stuff that we've heard, right? So much in our life, and we don't know whether it's in the Bible or not. You know what I'm saying? You start looking up words. You look up rapture, it's nowhere in the Bible. You look up Trinity, it's nowhere in the Bible. You look up a lot of these things that they taught us, it is not there. So now, what is there? That's what we need to learn. And the basics of what we need to learn is in the Bible. And everything that we need to know in order to properly serve God, we already have an example. Christ came and did it. So now what we got to do is watch what he did and the things that he said, and it will all lead back to what the Lord told us to do originally from the jump, that we messed up 1,000 times over before he ever got here. Keep going.
And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? If you got a 2-month-old baby, right, and you put in front of them some turkey wings or some oxtails or something, right? even though that's food, that baby can't digest that food. So what good is it to them? What good is it for you to know all this heavy stuff that you know about the Bible? People, I be on Clubhouse, they arguing all this stuff about religion and doctrine and everything else, right? And then miss the first keys to what we need to know as far as building this nation, and that starts with brotherhood. How you gonna treat each other? You know what I'm saying? What do you do in a situation where you have a problem with a brother or a sister? What do you do in a situation where you done came across something and you don't know how to handle it? You go to the priest. But here's the problem. If you go into somebody who's telling you that there's no laws, then what is the standard that they living by, and what are they telling you, and how they going to explain it to you in a way you can understand it? There is no rules. You're in a lawless society. There ain't no society been built where there is no rules, and you cannot maintain as a nation unless you have a standard of what is righteous and what is not. So now we back here. We got to learn the first principles of the order. Let's say it become one that needs milk and not meat, right? So instead of breaking down all this heavy stuff that I done learned over the past 7-8 years I've been in the truth, what I like to do is keep it basic, keep it simple, so people can understand the first things that we need to understand about the Most High. Now, we got plenty of generals and captains and all of that can go and take y'all into the deep waters and break down who the beast is in Revelation, and who is the 7 churches and the bear, and you know what I'm saying, what the vows mean. I know a little bit of that stuff, but that's not like what I want to teach. What I want to teach is the simple, what it said, milk, read it again.
Verse 12, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk, and not of strong meat.
And not of strong meat, right? So what we gonna learn tonight is thou shalt not. We might learn rank, order, and structure. We might learn, you know what I'm saying, certain simple things that you can apply to your life when you leave here. How are you supposed to deal with your woman? How are you supposed to deal with your man? How are you supposed to deal with your mama who ain't in the truth, who think you in a cult? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? If nobody ever shows you this stuff, then you're freestyling now. And when you're freestyling, you probably gonna do something wrong because you don't have a real life example of how you're supposed to deal with certain things. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Anybody got any questions after that? I'm trying to spark y'all a little bit. No, negative. All right. No questions online. It's a camp topic. I don't want to do that. Separate. All right, so I go into this one, right? It's something that I do every now and again. We could point out the importance of rank, right? Somebody give me 1 Corinthians 11:3, and we'll start with the ranking system. First of all, you got to understand that the Most High does not deal with equality. There's no such thing as equality. Now, a scripture we can start with, right? Give me first. Hold up, 1 Corinthians, Yamayan. Let me get 2nd Ezra 6:56 in the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra 6:56. Just to make a point real quick. Then we'll get into it. Remember, if you have any questions, just say Salakia, raise your hand, or excuse me, and wait to be called on. You got me?
I'm on first one.
You got an Apocrypha over there, right? All right. 2nd Ezra 6:56. I see you got it in your you probably can get it on your phone quicker, huh?
Well, I got Corinthians.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we'll get there. What it say?
Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
Go up. 55.
Come. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 55.
Mm-hmm.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Now, who is the hour that he's talking about? This is typical One West Truth 101. Everybody should know the answer. Who's the hour? Israel, right? How do we know that?
Because everything is written only to Israel.
Everything where?
Our records.
Everything in the Bible is from Genesis to Revelations is about one group of people and their God. That's what it's about. What they went through with dealing with the Egyptians, what they went through with dealing with the Assyrians, what they went through with dealing with the Babylonians, what they went through with dealing with the Greeks, what they went through with dealing with the Romans, and what they're going to go through with in America. This is all the same people and they God. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Amos 3:1, he said, the children of Israel, you only have I known out of all the families that's on the earth. So what we're going through right now is he's saying the world was built for our sakes. Keep going.
Come. As for the other people.
Now there's other people that's not our that is talking about here. Go ahead.
Come. Which also come of Adam.
Does it say everybody come of Adam? We all come from Adam somewhere. Is that 54? That's 54, 53.
Come. 54.
Let's start there. Let's start at 54 real quick. Go ahead and tell them where you at again.
Come. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures.
So, right, what people think is that Adam and Eve were the first people on the earth, right? But if you go to Genesis 1, it talks about when they is creating all of the animals on the planet, fish of the sea, birds of the air. It talks about him creating, it says, let us make man in our own images, right? And it talks about him creating male and females in Genesis 1. Now, you don't hear about Adam and Eve till Genesis 2. That's how you know they weren't the first people on the earth. Did your pastor ever teach you that? No, because he don't know that. They don't know the Bible. That's why we got to learn it all over again. So what happens is when it says that the Lord pulled Adam up out the dust of the earth, it was a lower state. Before the Lord gave Adam laws, statutes, and commandments, it was like everybody else, every other animal on the planet. You eat what you want to eat. You sleep with whatever you want to sleep with. You run around and what they call hunters and gatherers, and you kill and you eat it, whatever it is you find, right? Him breathing the breath of life into Adam was giving him the law, statutes, and commandments. How we know that? That comes from, when it talks about in Ezekiel, him breathing the breath of life into the valley of dry bones and them standing up and becoming a exceeding great army. Everybody with me? All right, go ahead.
Come.
Adam, start back over with the Adam joint.
Come. Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So when he gave Adam the law, he was the only one with the law. He made him Lord over all the creatures on the planet Earth. Go ahead.
Come. Of him come we all.
And everybody on the planet comes from Adam. So why y'all so racist? We all come from Adam, right? So what you got against other people? Everybody come from Adam. Y'all, go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
What is that saying? We all come from Adam and the people whom thou hast chosen. Now there's making a difference between everybody else that came from Adam and the people that the Lord chose, right? You go to Deuteronomy 7:6. Go ahead and grab it from here real quick. Yeah, you can get back to 1 Corinthians 11. Don't worry about it. Keep going now.
Okay.
Go ahead, you got it? He got it. Go ahead. Give me Deuteronomy. Yep.
Chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people.
What does that word holy mean? Anybody? Not you. Not you either. No, just joking. Go ahead, you son. Separate, right? Separated to the Most High. That word means separated. Thou art a holy people. Go ahead.
unto the Lord thy God.
Now, this is what it's talking about in Second Esdras that we're reading right now. Everybody came from Adam, but the Lord have a chosen people, which they were separated, right? Thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy God. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people
Right.
unto himself.
So that means you're special. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a lot of cars, but you got one that's special. You know what I'm saying? You can have a lot of gadgets or whatever you got at your house that you collect, but one is special. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has all these people who he created, but he got someone that's special. Keep going.
Above all the people.
Equal to.
That are above all people.
Above all people.
That are
where?
upon the face of the
that
earth.
Are upon the face of the earth. Now that sounds pretty racist to me. How you gonna choose one group of people over another people? That's just racist. Why would God do that? Why would he do that, young? So now let's go back to where we at. Second Esdras 6 and 56. Now that we know that. This is just in case. Go ahead.
Come.
No, you was at 55, right? Give me the one with Adam. Where you started at 54?
Started at 54.
Yeah, start over. Go ahead and read that over again.
Come. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
right?
Of him come we all.
Of him come we all. Keep going.
Come. And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Yeah, we already went over that part. The world was made for us. Even the other nations was made. All goes back to us being the focal point. What were the other nations created for? What is their job? Anybody? You said you know this. I answered this last week, right?
It's like, I'm not sure, but I think I know.
Go ahead.
Their job is to serve.
That's cool. That sounds good. Yeah, you own it, right? Anybody else? Want to give it a try? What is the other nation's point in existing? He says, serve, which is right. And there's another thing they also are here to do.
To be over us until we get ourselves together.
But they wasn't created for that. Yeah, that's right. You're correct. You're correct when you say that, but they wasn't created for that. Hold on. Anybody else? Sisters, y'all know? All right. The lock say be our servants. You're absolutely right. You stole that from yourself. Yeah. Anybody else? All right. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't think this one hooked up to the internet. Give me Judges 3 and 1 real quick. You ain't holding that, right?
I got 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
Yeah, give me Judges chapter 3, verse 1 real quick. You stay where you at. Go ahead and read what you just read again.
Come. Verse 50. So 54.
54. Where you was at? 50.
55.
Go ahead to 55.
I'm going to go to 56.
Go ahead to 55. Read it over.
Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Now, I'm saying something real strange. I'm saying that the Lord made the world for our sakes, including the other people, right? Now, the brothers said they would put, a couple brothers said they would put on here to serve us, which is right. There's another thing that they're here to do. You got it?
Oh,
Judges 3 and 1.
Judges chapter 3 and verse 1.
Right.
Now these are the nations.
These are the nations
which the Lord left.
So now think about this right here. The Lord got rid of a lot of nations to give us our land, right? In Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1, it names them. The Jebusites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Girgashites. 7 nations mightier than us, he moved out the way to give us the land, right? But then he left some people, right? Once we got in there, this is what this is talking about in Judges. Go ahead and read it from the top again. Tell them where you at.
Judges chapter 3 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel
To
by
do what?
them. To prove Israel by them.
What does that mean? Somebody break that down. Is it more to that?
Kind of.
Go ahead and read it.
To prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
So what does that mean?
So like instead, just saying to see if Israel would obey or if they would follow after.
That's it right there. If the Lord left them around you and he gave you a law that says don't marry their sons, don't give your daughters to their sons, and don't marry your sons to their daughters. If he said don't eat what they eat, if he said don't be what they, don't do it how they do it how I'm telling you to do it, right? In Deuteronomy chapter 4, I believe it is, and 10, it says this is your wisdom in the sight of the other nations that's going to look at you and be like, you know, what's up with these people? They got a God that's so close to them that he'll give them such wisdom to live by. This is the reason why the other nations would envy us. But guess what? We didn't follow none of the laws, statutes, and commandments that he gave us. So now the other nations, we are product of what it say, a byword, a proverb and a byword. Is that what it say? Did I have it right? You went to you checking my skills? Huh? Yeah, it is.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing this for a little while. I don't know but 5 scriptures, and I pray them every Go ahead and pull it since you had to check. Is there more to that? No, that's it, right?
That's it.
That was the point I wanted to make. That the other thing that they're here for is to prove Israel. You know what I'm saying? White man say pork is the other white meat. He said lobster is a delicacy, right? He said homosexuality is an alternative lifestyle. You're going to live like him, or you're going to do what the Lord said to do. He's going to show you everything against. Because I said something a while back, and I use it all the time, every chance I get, almost every week at camp. If you just do the opposite of what the white man does, you'll be keeping majority of the laws by default. You don't even got to know what the laws is. You just do the opposite of what he's doing, and it'll keep you from doing all kind of things that the Lord said not to do. You got it?
It's 4 and 6.
It's 4 and 6. Let me hear it.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Oh, start at 5. It's 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High thy power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
See, what we're supposed to do when we get in the land is to go ahead and possess it, meaning take hold of the other nations that's there, right? So they could be our servants, but we're also supposed to do something else. He gave us statutes and judgments that you should do in those lands. Keep going.
Come. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
That's go ahead.
Come. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's how they're supposed to look at us, right? In Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it said we're supposed to be above all nations. And the one that we at is Isaiah 6 and 56. It's saying that he created everything for our sakes. You want to go back there and keep reading?
Second Ezra 6.
Second Ezra 6. Did I say Isaiah?
Come.
Second Ezra 6 and 56.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people,
right,
which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They are equal.
They are nothing.
They are above us.
They are nothing.
We should fight them for civil rights.
They are nothing.
We fight for equality with a people that the Lord said is what?
They are nothing.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy. We fighting for equality with a people that the Lord said they are nothing. How we get here? Because we ain't keep them laws, statutes, and commandments that he told us to follow. If you read Deuteronomy 28 and 1, it says, if you keep them, then I'll put you high above all nations on the face of the earth. There's a rank and order system that the Lord put in place. And guess what? We didn't take our rightful place. It also says in Deuteronomy 28, if we didn't, we would be on the bottom. and we would serve our enemies in hunger, in thirst, and in want of all things. Now, anybody got a garden? Anybody got cattle? If they close Walmart, how are we going to eat? Y'all understand, right? We gotta gas. We gotta depend on our enemies to feed us. Right? So keep going.
But be like unto spittle.
Oh man, I forgot about that part. Y'all know what spittle is? It's like worse than spit. It's like when you get that. It's like that. That's spittle. That's what they are to the Lord. Now you everything and they are nothing, and you fighting to be equal. Right? Exactly. Exactly, Mashamar. Officer Mashamar says, so fighting for equality is fighting against the Most High because he's not about equality. That's all I needed from there. Give me the 1 Corinthians 11:2, right?
11:2 or 11:3 select.
You could go to 2.
1 Corinthians 11:2.
You can start at verse 1 since we're there, right? Now what we're talking about is rank. You know what I'm saying? We already established that he chose the nation of Israel over all the other nations. We got that part, right? Now, within the nation of Israel, there's also rank. Okay, so now we're gonna break that down. So go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye followers of me,
Mm-hmm.
even as I also am of Christ.
Hold on, wait a minute. Who is this speaking? Who's talking? Anybody know? 1 Corinthians 11:23. Anybody know who's speaking?
I could guess, but I don't know.
Hold on, man. Hold on, priest. What's going on? Something wrong?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Paul.
Paul. This is Paul speaking to the church of Corinth, right? Saying, be ye followers of me. Now, don't just follow me because I'm Kazakh. So just follow me because I got this fly headpiece on. Follow me because I follow Christ. Now, what is he automatically saying right here?
So lucky that Christ is above him.
That Christ is above him, and that anything that he's going to tell you, you should listen to it because he's following what Christ said. Y'all get that, right? All right. Be ye followers of me as I am a follower of Christ. Keep going.
Now I praise you, brethren,
Mm-hmm.
that ye remember me in all things.
Now, this is a letter he's writing to the church. Now, go ahead and remember me. Go ahead. Keep going.
And keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
So the same thing I told you to do when I was there, y'all make sure y'all doing that even though I'm not there. Okay? Keep going.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Wait a minute. I'm a grown-ass man. I do what I want to do, right? That's what it say, right? What it say?
That at the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. So I got somebody I got to answer to, right? I have a king. I have an Ottawan. My Ottawan is Christ, and he's the king of every man. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Wait a minute. Read it again.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So the woman has a man, a Ottoman, a king that she has to obey, just like I gotta obey my king, my Ottoman. That's clear. Anybody in here got a problem with that? That's what the Bible say. I ain't say it. Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
Wait a minute. I thought Christ was God. I thought Jesus was God. Nobody ever heard that? Jesus is God, ain't he? He 100% man and 100% God, right? What does the scripture just say?
And the head of Christ is God.
So he, his own self, is his own head. That's what that means, Yusuf?
Lies.
What does that mean now?
That means that our king follows the Most High.
You remember what Paul said? Be ye a follower of me because I follow Christ, right? Be ye a follower of Christ because Christ follows the Most High, his head. Y'all understand the rank and the order that is just broke down there. right? That's within Israel. Everybody understand, right? All right. Let's see what Christ said about that. When we talk about my king, I want to be just like him. I want to act and do what he said to do. Give me John 14:10 real quick. Hey, they ain't have no questions in the class, so if y'all got some online, just go ahead and put them in there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
John chapter 14 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Believest thou not that I am in the Father?
There you go, right there. See, we just read it. One thing, the Bible contradicting itself because it just said God is the head of Christ, right? But now this is Christ speaking. He said what?
Believest thou not that I am in the Father?
Keep going.
And the Father in me.
Wait a minute. What does that mean?
So like you see how the question mark. So
It's a question mark after that?
kind of
Yeah, the Christ is asking them a question. Do you believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? What does that mean? Anybody? Want to give a crack, priest?
It's like asking, like, almost like saying, like, do you trust me when I tell you that?
Yeah, but I know. I'm saying what the question mean though. That is what's happening. He's asking that. Like, okay, do you trust that I'm in the Father and the Father is in me? What does that mean though? Keep reading.
Okay. Believest thou not that I am in the Father and the Father in me?
Mm-hmm.
The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself.
It's a little clearer now.
No.
You want to break it down, priest?
He's saying that everything that he's doing, he's not doing of his own will, but he's following the Most High.
He ain't get there yet. Read that last part you just read.
Okay.
The words.
The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself.
That's where we at right now. We ain't got him doing nothing. Everything that he's saying is coming from the Most High, right? He done had play. I remember one time there was a dude calling across the line radio. He's like, I want to speak to General YAHANNA. Let me talk to you, General. General Miami was like, I am General YAHANNA. You were speaking to General YAHANNA. Why? Why could he say that?
Because he's following General YAHANNA.
He's not going to say nothing that General YAHANNA is not going to say. Now, is he General YAHANNA?
Wow.
But he is, though.
No.
Y'all understand? All right. All right, so cool. Keep going.
But the Father that dwelleth in me,
Mm-hmm.
he doeth the work.
He doing the work. So wait a minute. Christ was raising the dead, healing the sick, right? And they praise Jesus every Sunday for all of his great, wonderful works. Now, what did Christ just say? Read it again.
Okay.
Read it again.
Believest thou not that I am in the Father and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself.
Mm-hmm. So I ain't saying my own what I want to say. Keep going.
But the Father that dwelleth in me,
Right.
he doeth the works.
He doeth the works. He doeth the works. Now, was Christ trying to take credit for any of the miracles that he did? Who did he get a credit to?
The Most High.
The Most High. Everybody follow me. All right, so he understands his rank. He understands who his head is, and he gives honor to his head. Y'all got it? Go. Is it more to that or no?
That was the end of the
All right, yeah, let me get John 5:19. All right, so I'm Hapak, I got you on that. Let me just do this first, all right? Go ahead and give me that. John 5:19. You got it?
Okay.
All right.
John chapter 5 and verse 19. Then answered Yahushua and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you,
Mm-hmm.
the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do.
The Son can do nothing. Hold on, wait a minute. I thought Jesus was an idol or a god or something like that, right? What did it say right here?
The Son.
Now hold on. I want y'all to say I said it. Tell them where you at again. Man, this nigga crazy. This nigga said Jesus ain't God. What's wrong with him? Go ahead. John 5:19, right? Go ahead. What'd he say?
And then answered Jesus and said unto them.
You can say how shine here if you want to. That's up to you. I used to be offended every time somebody said Jesus, but I ain't that big of a deal. Go ahead.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself.
The Son can do nothing of himself. Now, I have you know that Christ is the head of every man, and the man is the head of the woman, and the Most High is the head of Christ. So now, Christ is saying, I can't do nothing without my head. Now, this might be a little crazy. Can any man do anything without his head? Be ye followers of me as I am a follower of Christ. If I ain't doing it the way Christ said to do it, then I'm operating in my own realm. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not attached to the body. You understand? I'm detached. Your arm, your fingers, your feet, and all of that gets commands from your head and does what the head say do. Everybody understand what I'm saying? This is Christ himself, our King, saying, what? Read it again.
Verily, I say unto you.
That means truly, truly I say unto you.
The Son can do nothing.
The Son can do everything.
Nothing.
The Son deserves to be praised on
Nothing.
Sunday morning.
Nothing of himself.
Sweet Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Good. Read it again.
Verily, verily, I say unto you. The Son can do nothing.
The Son
of
can
himself.
do nothing of himself, but he can do everything. Why? Why can I can't do nothing? I'm just poor old Kazak who ain't nothing. But I can do all things through Christ. This is what Christ is saying himself. I could do all things through the Most High. He the one doing the work. We just left that scripture. Y'all seen that, right? That ain't me doing it anyway. Go ahead and finish what you got.
But what he seeth the Father do.
That's it right there. That's it right there. As long as you operate in a rank structure, your head is going to allow you to do everything you need to do. That's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work that. Now, if I jump out there on my own, and ain't nobody told me to do nothing, and my king ain't told me to do nothing, and I do it, and it don't turn out right, you can't blame that on God. You was not operating in the order and the structure that God created. What's going on, Queen? What's up, Queen? They be killing me on Clubhouse with that, yo. What's up, Queen? You know what I'm saying? What's up, King? King of what? King of the trap. King of the hood. No. Listen now. The only way you can ever rule over anything in your own realm is that you understand what rank, order, and structure the Lord have put you in and what you are designed to do within this earth. Read what he said one more time from the top.
Then answered Jesus and said unto them.
I wish you would say it, Yahweh. I said I wasn't offended. Right? I said I wasn't offended. But go ahead.
Verily, verily, I say unto you.
Hit me to the core.
The Son can do nothing of himself.
Right.
But what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise.
These also the Son doeth likewise. So he's doing what the Father told him to do, and he's saying what the Father told him to say, and nothing else. Y'all get that, right? Operating fully within rank, order, and structure given by the Most High. Now, brother online had a question. It says, Salaki, if I may, my mother asked, if the Most High does not tempt us, then why did Christ say, but lead us not into temptation? in the Lord's Prayer? Anybody know? First of all, who said the Lord don't tempt? Give me Matthew chapter 4 real quick, verse 1. I'm gonna let Yama get this one real quick. I think it's Matthew 4 and 1. Let me see here. You got it?
Okay.
Read it.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up to the Spirit.
Who is this talking about? Read it again.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit.
What spirit? What spirit was he led up by? Anybody? Just take a wild guess.
Satan.
Satan? What you say, Myla? What spirit was Yahushua led by? Brother said the spirit is
led up by it.
Read it again. Huh? What you say?
You said what spirit was Yahushua led by?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be Yahweh?
She said the Most High. Read it again.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
So he was led up, right? By the Spirit of the Most High to be tempted of Satan. You get it, Yusuf? So now, who's about to tempt him? Go ahead.
Most High.
He said the Most High. Why you say the Most High?
Because Satan can't do nothing without the Most High's permission.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You could use it that way, but it's gonna be confusing if we get into it, right? You could say that the Most High is tempting Christ here, right? But remember what we read about the other nations that was put around you. What was their job to do? To prove you. This whole thing right here was set up by the Most High to prove Christ. Mm-hmm. You think Satan just dealing with you and whatever you got going on and whatever your lust and your desires is? No, the Lord will allow him to test you or to tempt you in order to prove you. So when Christ is saying, lead us not into temptation, he's praying that he don't get caught up into the temptation of that Satan is coming to bring. You understand? Everybody understand? Now, how do you fight that temptation? Keep reading while they think about it.
Come. Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry.
All right, so he's hungry now. Go ahead.
Come. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the power, command that these stones be made bread.
You're supposed to be Jesus, right? Why don't you turn these rocks into bread? No, y'all done had that opportunity in the hood before to turn rocks into bread, right?
Right.
Did you do it? Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, Jesus. You're supposed to be Jesus, right? Why don't you turn these rocks into bread? Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the power.
What did he say?
Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word.
No. Read it again. Verse 4. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. But he answered and said.
But he answered and said what?
It is written.
There it is right there. That's the key. He answered Satan, who was trying to tempt him, with it is written. Where is it written?
It's like in the scriptures, in the Bible.
In the scriptures. Christ started quoting scriptures to battle the demon. Right? That's how you have to do it. What did the Lord say about it? Yeah. No, that scrimp scampi look real tasty with all that butter on it. But what the Lord say about it? That brother's wife is extra loose and saucy right now. What did the Lord say about it? Y'all with me or not? No matter what temptation you get from Satan, you have to battle it with the scriptures, right? Let me see. Yeah, go ahead and read verse 4 one more time.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the power.
So if you look through the scriptures, you'll find that that's somewhere already written in the Old Testament, what he did to fight the temptation, and he'll do this all through Matthew chapter 4. He didn't give up there. He took him on a mountain and showed him the whole, say, all these nations I give you, you just bow down and worship me. And every time he was like, it is written. It is written. It is written. So if my king battled his temptations with going back to what was written in the Old Testament, what is the best way for me to battle my temptation? It's to go back to the law. What did God say about it? You can't live by bread alone, but you live by the words that come from the mouth of God. The reason why someone would ask you that question as far as temptation, they don't understand what temptation is. When he's saying lead us not into temptation, you got to think, this is a man that never sinned. He's teaching us how to pray. We the ones getting caught up in temptation. Now, why is that? Is it because the Lord tempting us? No. Right? Somebody give me love not the world. Neither the, what's that? 1 John. Neither the things in the world. Yeah, you might know a little something. You might be right. You got it?
1 John 2 and 15.
1 John 2 and 15. Get it to me, young man. Let me get there with you. Now, go ahead. You gotta lead me.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Well, wait a minute. In John 3:16, it says, for God so loved the world. Now right here it says, love not the world. There's another contradiction in the Bible. Why y'all follow that book? It's full of contradictions. No answers? Nobody? No answers? Love not the world. Apparently it's talking about two different worlds, right? It said, for God so loved the world. You got to remember, like, there's all types of worlds. We teach this all the time. We talk about John 3:16. There's a scripture, I believe it's saying, it would say, for God formed the earth and the worlds, and it's got an S on it, which proves to you there's more than one world. This particular world is the world that you was in before the Lord pulled you out and dragged you into this truth, kicking and screaming. It was whatever you was doing and that you love doing and that you still love doing, that you fight every day not to do because you want to serve the Most High. Y'all feel me? All right, that's the world that he's talking about, not to love, not Israel. He ain't talking about Israel on this one. But it said love not the world, right? Keep going.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Neither the things that are in the world. What's in the world? OnlyFans. Sweet, sweet Chiva. Cigarettes. Whatever. Strip clubs. Everything that's beautiful and disgusting at the same time about this world. That's what he's telling you not to love. Whatever you used to like to do that the Lord said not to do. That's the world. So when people say, when I was in the world, this is how I was. Just make sure you're not still in the world when you're saying that. Make sure you ain't having such a great job thinking and wondering or reminiscing on how great it was that you fall right up out of the truth. Lead us not to temptation, right? That's what we asking the Most High for. Don't let us get caught up in temptation. Go ahead.
Come. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
There it is right there. But God so loved the world, but it said, but if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Hold on, I thought we were supposed to do what God did. God so loved the world. Y'all pass that. Y'all get what it. Y'all get it. There's a difference, right? Everybody get it?
Come.
All right. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is in him. Keep reading.
Come. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The what?
The lust of the flesh.
This is the stuff that's in the world that will keep you in the world, that will keep you from serving the Most High. These are the temptations that Satan will use to pull you right up out this truth if you ain't careful. And it starts with what?
The lust of the flesh.
The lust of the flesh. Everything that feels good to you, Satan will use to pull you up out the truth. Keep going.
Come. The lust of the eyes.
Now that's everything you see. You might ain't even had it, but you see your oppressor with it, or you see a rock star with it, or a celebrity with it. Now you want it. Satan will use your opportunity to get it to pull you right up out of there. If you go back to Matthew chapter 4, y'all don't need to go there. When he's showing Christ that he can rule all of these nations, he took him on a very high mountain and said, all these nations I give you if you just bow down to me. If Christ was lusting after the things that he's seen, which is the lust of the eyes, he would have did it. He would have did it. Right? The lust of the flesh. He's hungry. Eat these rocks. We ain't got nothing in here but some ham. You gonna die? What if that's all you got to eat? I remember when I stopped eating pork. But if you ain't got nothing else, you gonna tell me you on an island and all you got is some pork and you ain't gonna eat it? First of all, I ain't gonna be on no damn island. Let's start right there. Second of all, I'm gonna catch some fish. So hear what I'm saying. The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh. Now here's the big one. Go ahead.
And the pride of life.
And the pride of life. Now what we talking about here? Rank, order, structure. Jeremiah Hyman said in the class, his daddy said, yeah, I would have joined the Black Panthers, but they wouldn't let me run it. I wouldn't be a part of nothing. Listen, Kazak don't want to be a part of nothing that he can't run. And here come the Lord placing me in the truth. Now I got to answer the nigga. Hey, in the world, I ain't love the world. You know what I'm saying? I love the Most High. So now here I am. But the pride of life is the big one that people don't. Even when you stop doing things like eating certain food or doing drugs or doing things that the Lord said to do, you still have to watch yourself with your pride. Because the pride of life will take you up out of here just as quick as a drug or a woman or a man or so on and so forth. Everybody got it? All right. The temptation that you're going to have is not from the Most High. But, however, the Most High will send another nation of people and Satan in order to tempt you. But he's not doing the tempting. It's you that are being tempted. Now, how are you tempted? Give me James chapter 1 and 13. Pop, give me a 1 if you with me. Trooper Pop. That's who asked this question, right? You got it, Yusuf? Go ahead and read.
Start above it.
All right, no sweat. Yeah, you can. You can start at 12, I believe. Let me see. James chapter 1. James chapter 1, verse. Yeah, give me verse 12.
Okay. James chapter 1 and verse 12.
This is James chapter 1, verse 12 for everybody. What it say?
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. What? Read it again.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Right? What does that mean?
That don't fall to it. That don't succumb.
Yes. It's a person that went through being tempted and did not fall to it. Did not, what is the word you said? Succumb to it. Did not give in to your lust, your desires, the things that you thought, the things that looked good to you, the things that felt good to you, and your own pride. You didn't give into it. Now you're blessed. Now the Most High can work with you. Why? Because the sacrifices of God are a meek and contrite spirit. You gotta humble yourself. You cannot believe that you are any. Think about this. Christ walking on water and raising the dead and saying, I ain't nothing. I can't do nothing without the Most High. Who is you, nigga? First of all, if Christ saying that, right? If Christ is saying that, who is you? It's your own pride that make you believe it. The scripture says, if a man think himself to be something when he is not, he deceiveth himself. Don't ever think you nothing, no matter what you get, what rank you supposed to be, who you supposed to be, how big your booty is, none of that. You ain't nothing. Trust me, you're not. If you can get that down, then that pride part, then the only thing you got left is the lust of your eyes and the lust of your flesh to fight them demons, right? Blessed is the man that endured temptation. Keep going.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life,
Keep going.
which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the power.
Hold on, wait a minute. What? Read that again. Read that again for Hapak's mama.
Verse 13.
Salaki.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Let no man say when he is tempted that I am tempted of God. This is right here in the scriptures. God ain't the one tempting you. Remember what we read in Matthew chapter 4, what it said? It said Christ was led up by the Most High, or it said by the Spirit, to be tempted of God. Is that what it said? To be tempted of the devil. Oh, tell the sister Shalom, her pop. Don't sweat. No man, right? To be tempted of the devil. The Most High will use the devil to tempt you, right? But you cannot be tempted unless you get caught up in the lust of your flesh, the lust of your eyes, or your own pride. Everybody with me? All right. Read that part again from the top. Let no man tell them where you at. It's in the Bible. When you're making this up.
Chapter 1 and verse 13.
Right.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Okay.
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
Right.
Neither tempteth he any man.
Neither he tempteth he any man. So why is Christ praying? What it says, lead us not into temptation then. Why is he teaching us to pray that way? If this just said, God can't be tempted, neither tempteth he any man, why is Christ praying, lead us not into temptation? Somebody want to put it in the chat for the brother read it? If y'all with me, it's right there. Go ahead and read it yourself. It's an open book test.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
Is he drawn away of what?
His own lust.
This is why you're tempted. This is the temptation Christ didn't want us to give into. This is the temptation he's asking the Lord to not lead us into. Us being drawn away of the Lord. Is that what it's saying?
Of his own lust.
Of his own lust. Why won't my mama stop eating pork? Because it tastes so good. What are you talking about? It's delicious. That's why. Why won't people stop doing drugs? Because it make them feel so good. Why won't he leave them whores alone? Because he love what they do. You are drawn away of your own lust. It's not the Lord that's tempting you. It's Satan that's tempting you in order to prove to the Lord that you are nothing and you don't belong in the kingdom of heaven. That is his job. Now, if he'll go and try to tempt Christ, Yahawashi, who never sinned, who never did nothing wrong, who never, you know what I'm saying? Just think about this. Christ had a woman washing his feet, bro. Do you think he could have got any woman he wanted? Nah, I gotta be about my Father's business. Hear what I'm telling you. If Christ wanted to, he could have been Mr. Steal Your Girl. What you gonna do about it? I walk on water. I raise the dead. I'm amazing, right? But I must be about my Father's business. Hear what I'm saying? Y'all get it, right? You are not tempted by the Most High. You're being tempted by your own lust. Is there some more to that?
2 words.
Yeah, go ahead.
And enticed.
And enticed. You're tempted by your own lust and enticed. Give me James 4:7 real quick, Yusuf, and then we'll get back on the topic of rank. All right? Here's how you beat it. You do what Christ did, right? It is written. Know what I'm saying? Satan come and try to tempt you. You talk directly to the demon. The Lord said, this is how I'm supposed to do it. When you see a Red Lobster commercial, you got to talk to the TV. The Lord said you cannot eat anything that don't have fins and scales, right? You smell the weed. The Lord said do not sacrifice to strange gods. Yeah.
That's not about the question.
You got a question?
That's not a question. It's about it says scales and fins. Ahi tuna has scales.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we talk out the question.
All right.
Unless anybody else got that question. Go ahead.
James chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God.
Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. Keep going.
Resist the devil.
Resist the devil. That's what you got to do right there, because he coming. And he coming with everything you like. The devil ain't going to bring me no crack, because I ain't never smoked crack and I don't lust after crack. What that dude there? Crack sandwich. Crack. What's his name? Tyrone. He gonna bring Tyrone crack. He not gonna bring that to me. Whatever I was love to do in the world, that's what Satan is coming with. Whatever you love to do, it's your own lust. Otherwise, how can you be tempted?
Right.
You can't be tempted if it ain't something that you want to do or like doing or love or had dreams about or thought about or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video. I told this story before. Money Wayweather, right? He's in a hotel room and he got like 30 strippers in there and he by himself. Now, first of all, can't do nothing with all them damn it's not equal. What are you gonna do? I mean, go to bed. That's what it is. Wanna go night? They got his room. It's a wrap. But here's what I'm saying. On somebody on the outside looking in that's in their own lust could think about all the things that they would want to do in all this room. Now, this ain't something that ever happened to me. So that's not the lust of my flesh. I don't know what that feels like to be in a room with 30 women. It's the lust of the eyes. Sometimes Satan will show you something that you can never have, and you want it so bad, you'll sell crack to your own people and sell poison to your own people to get it. You'll do something that the Lord said not to do to get it. What are we reading here? So when Satan comes to tempt you with whatever it is you love, this is what you must do. Read it from the top.
Submit yourselves therefore to God.
Right.
Resist the devil, and he will flee from
And he will do what?
Flee from you.
If you just resist the temptation he's trying to give you, he'll go away and he'll flee. It's that simple. Everybody understand? Her pox mom, you got it? You got it, sis? Hi. It ain't the Most High who's tempting you. It's our own lust and our own desires that tempts us. All right. So back to rank. Let's go back to it. You say you had a question about tuna.
Yeah, I just cleaned one on the weekend. It has scales and fins.
He said he cleaned the tuna over the weekend and it has scales. You should have took a picture.
We got more coming this week. I will.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna
I
video
got
it.
a video of that actually, but I hadn't eaten it yet since I heard it on the cross
Yeah.
the line.
Yeah.
I heard the captain say,
By definition, they say tuna has microscopic scales, right?
kind of, But I think you can actually see them.
You can see them?
No,
All right, well, that's something that we'll have to bring. As far as I'm concerned, when in doubt, do without. That's how I work. All right, so I just rather not eat it than to eat it. I mean, salmon is great. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm from the hood. I like tilapia. I don't have to have it. So until you show me something different, we can rock with it after that. But you had a tuna steak right after that, didn't you?
I did.
No, I just all right. So let me see where we was at. All right. So look, we had rank and order, right? So now here's the thing. We not gonna hear from Yahushua outside of the scriptures. He ain't here, right? He is here, but he ain't here. The body of Christ is here, right? Woman ain't gonna hear from the voice of the Most High gonna come out the sky and tell her, like my grandma used to say, the Lord told me. Grandma, stop lying. Lord ain't told you that. Listen, I didn't say that to my grandma, just so y'all know. I'm saying it now though. All right. But with the rank, order, and structure that the Lord has given us, it allows us to be able to go to people or a person within the earth and get counsel, righteous counsel. Order, our steps are ordered by the Most High by listening to Christ, right? And the men of God. So here's what I want to show you. When this rank went from, you know what I'm saying, the Most High talking to his people through the prophets, now we can understand that we got to deal with a man. Here's the problem. You got to listen to a nigga. That's terrible, ain't it? Sis, you got to listen to a nigga. Sis, y'all understand? God ain't finna come and talk to you in the burning bush. And here's the problem with us. We don't want to listen to niggas because niggas have lied to us all our life, right? That's what it is. That's the only reason. If you get past that, then you can understand that the Lord does speak through people now, right? And you know whether they're saying what the Lord told them to say based on the scriptures and the records we have of what the Lord been saying for thousands and thousands of years. The Lord does not change. So let me show you how you got. Give me Exodus 4:16. We're back on rank now. Rank, order, and structure. We done showed you that the Lord does not deal with equality. All the nations that he put around about us, their job is to test us. They were not supposed to be equal, right? He does not deal with equality in your house because Christ is the head of every man. The man is the head of the woman, and the Most High is the head of Christ. So there's rank, order, instruction with that. The women are over the kids, right? Tell them what to do. Tell them what to do, not your husband. All right? So lock it. Everybody there? Exodus 4:16, right? Let me make sure this is what I want and how I want it read. Yeah, yummy. I'm using the real Bible. Flipping pages. All right. Give me verse 15. Now, let me give you a little backdrop of what's going on. Most High came to Moses and said, I want you to tell the children, what's up? Oh, I thought you had your hand raised. I want you to tell the children of Israel everything I'm going to say, right? This is Moses' job. Moses is like, I don't really talk that good. I ain't going to be able to do it. I got a stuttering problem. They not going to listen to me. Now, first of all, if the Most High ever comes to you and talks to you face to face and tell you to do something, do not give him an excuse. All right? Second of all, he ain't going to do that. You're not that special. All right? All right? Listen. But Moses was. And then Moses gave him an excuse. How can you be the nigga that's that special and then you get the Most High excuse back? Like, what's wrong with you? Anyways, so this is the Most High telling him what to do since he's afraid to do what the Lord told him to do because he can't speak that good. Go ahead to verse 15.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him and put and put words in his mouth.
Go ahead and go to verse 14 real quick. 14.
Come.
Matter of fact, go to verse 12. Y'all ain't got no questions. We might as well just read the Bible, right? Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 12. Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth,
Okay.
and teach thee what thou shalt say.
So the Lord is like, I'm going to tell you what to say. Just go and do what I'm telling you to do. Go ahead.
Come. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Moses.
Why? Go ahead.
And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
He was like, don't even worry about it. Just get your brother to do it. I ain't got time to sit here and play with you. Just get your brother. He on his way over here now. Just get him to do it, right? Go ahead.
Come. Verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him,
Mm-hmm.
and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do.
So here it is. The Lord is saying to Moses, right? Everything I'm going to tell you, I want you to tell Aaron. And he going to say it to the people. And I'm going to tell y'all what to say, and I'm going to tell y'all what to do, right? Now, this is having a personal relationship with God, something your auntie does not have. All right? Y'all following me? All right? Cut it out, auntie. Because the Lord ain't never told you that. Go ahead. Let me stop messing with y'all people, man. Like I ain't coming to this class no more. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people,
Mm-hmm.
and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth.
So now, instead of you using your mouth, you're going to use Aaron. He shall be to thee instead of a mouth, right? Don't use your mouth. You just tell Aaron, and he's going to tell the people. Okay? Y'all got it, right? Now, so what does that mean? That means that the children of Israel, all this time when you hear it saying the voice of the Lord said unto the children of Israel, they never heard the Most High speak. They heard Aaron. It's kind of heavy, right? They had to take it from a nigga. It's like that's where they heard it from. Because remember, the one time the Most High did speak to them, it was so scared they never wanted him to do it again. Y'all with me? And he shall be to thee instead of a mouth. Go ahead.
Come. And thou shalt be to him instead of the power.
Read it what it say.
Come. And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
Wait a minute. Sound like some idol worship stuff to me, huh? He shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. What does that mean? We just went. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say in the verse above that, he was saying he was gonna put the words in Moses' mouth for Moses to put into Aaron's mouth. So he's basically saying it's gonna come from above, like from rank and order.
There it is. There was rank, order, and structure. There was the Most High, then Moses, then Aaron, and then Aaron carried it to the people. So now, did Aaron ever talk to God? But he told the children of Israel what God said.
He got it from Moses. He got it from the Most High.
Y'all get it, right?
Yeah.
He shall be to thee instead of God. So y'all listening to a nigga ain't never talked to God. That's crazy, right? How does he do that? You know why? I ain't talked to him either. I read the scriptures, right? This is what he said to the people before me. And I know that the men above me are speaking the word of God because I can line it up with the scriptures. Y'all follow that, right? The Lord changes not. Same thing he said thousands of years ago is the same thing he's saying now. So you still can't deal with wars. You still can't get high. You still can't eat none of the foods that you want to eat. Y'all got it? So this is a rank, order, and structure that they had. This was before Yahushua even stepped on the scene. The Lord always established a man that was the go-between between you and the Father. You don't just go to the Most High straight up. You don't do it. It don't work like that. You don't have a personal relationship with the Lord. It don't work like that. You have to go through the channels. Y'all believe that? Give me Hebrews 9:15 real quick. This ain't even in my notes. Show you how to. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that one. Give me Exodus 18. Exodus 8. You give me Deuteronomy 1 and 10. You give me Exodus 18 and 21 real quick. Let's get it. Everything is about rank, order, and structure, and without it, we would be lost. I'm trying to tell you. If the Lord didn't tell me to go find men wiser than me to tell me what to do, because I thought I knew everything, right? If he didn't tell me and show me that I know nothing, and give me wisdom from men wiser than me, where would I be? Lord. You got me, Young? Tell them where you at.
Deuteronomy chapter 1.
Now that we've established that the Most High is about rank and order, let's see about what that rank and order is and how it's supposed to go. We got the rank and order in the nations. Israel's on the top. Everybody else is spittle, right? We got in the household. We got it all the way down from the Most High all the way down to the kids. Rank and order, right? We got it now in the priesthood where you have it from Moses to Aaron to the Levites or the elders of Israel, which you'll see in Deuteronomy 27 and 1, all the way down to the children of Israel. Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 10. And the Most High your power have multiplied you.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, you are this day of the stars of heaven for multitude.
So let's talk about the children of Israel. The Most High that multiplied the children of Israel, where so many, you the stars of heaven. Go ahead.
Come. The Most High the power of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are.
And they're going to be even bigger. So we're going to continue to grow. They keep putting more abortion clinics in the hood. Sisters still having 9 and 10 babies. What are you talking about? They done killed 3 of them and they still got 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do with us? We don't die, we multiply. Keep going.
And bless you as he have promised you.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance
Mm-hmm.
and your burden and your strife?
This is Moses talking to the Most High. How can I myself alone bear all of this? All the children, just imagine being Moses and everybody who got an issue and a problem, just like the dude was kept saying, I want to talk to General YAHANNA. Everybody want to talk to General YAHANNA. What are you talking about? You think he got time to talk to you? He might be saving somebody's life right now. You just want to talk to him. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Take ye wise men.
This is what the Lord told Moses that, right? He said, how can I bear this burden you're putting on me with? All the children of Israel are looking to me for answers now. This is what he said. Go ahead.
Come. And understanding.
Take ye wise men, men of understanding. Go ahead.
Come. And known among your tribes.
That are known, meaning these brothers have a good reputation already, right? Go ahead.
Come. And I will make them rulers over you.
I will make them rulers over you. So now this is in the Bible where the Lord said that he will place men over other men. Why is this important? Because somebody is going to tell you at some realm or another, especially the sisters, that you should not listen to no man. I've heard women in my family say to their husband, I ain't got no king but Jesus. I ain't got to follow nothing you say. I would do what Jesus say. When Christ is the head of every man, and the man is the head of the woman. What sense do that make? Anyways, brothers, you're going to get it even worse. Be your own man. Or you going to let a nigga tell you what to do yourself? You're a grown man.
Oh, it's supposed to respond.
Yeah. He's like, I was supposed to respond. That was a trick question.
It's like it. I mean, the scriptures follow somebody.
Exactly. Everybody follows somebody who is anybody. Christ was walking on, I'm going to say it again, healing the sick, raising the dead, walking on water. And he said, I of my own self can do nothing. He answered to somebody. He doeth the works is what you read. Y'all got it? Now, this is the men that the Lord is placing over other men. He said, Moses, they don't all need to come to you, get you some help. You're going to take men that has a good, what did it say, reputation? What did it say? Up a little bit.
Known among your tribes.
Known among your tribes. Keep going.
Come. And I will make them rulers over you.
Right.
And he answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do.
This is good for us to do. Because if everybody go out and do their own thing, what comes to your simple mind that you should do, that you think is the right thing to do, without proper counsel, all of us will end up right where we at, up under the white man. Up. Y'all get it? We would all go against everything that the Lord said to do, following after our own desires, our own lusts, and our own pride. This is what rank and order and structure is for. It's so Kazak don't go out and do whatever stupid little thing come to his mind, right?
Okay.
It's so my wife don't do whatever little stupid thing come to her mind. It's so yama yama. Anybody, we don't need to do what it says. The mind is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? My mind telling me to do something, and I know for sure that I ain't supposed to do. But because I want to do it, I'm going to do it without proper rank and order. This is why the Lord put men above me. So I can call my captain and he can say, because that's stupid. You know what? You're right. That is stupid. The water, sir. That's it. Y'all got it? Read it. Keep reading now.
Come. Verse 15. So I took the chief of your tribes.
This is Moses doing what the Lord told him to do as far as rank and order. Go ahead.
Come. Wise men.
And
known.
What's wisdom? Oh, you know that one. What's wisdom?
Keeping the law, statutes.
The law, statutes, and commandments. That was Deuteronomy 4 we went to. This is your wisdom in the sight of the other nations. Go ahead. So he took wise men.
And known
men. Go ahead.
Come. And made them heads over you.
Now, this is what he did, what the Most High told him to do. He made them heads over you. Men. Not gods. Instead of God. Remember how I said instead of God in the one we just read? Now you got to answer to a man. Keep going.
Come. Captains over thousands. And captains over hundreds. And captains over 50s.
Right.
And captains over 10s.
This is the same ranking system we use to this day. Right here in the Bible that the Lord told Moses to use. We ain't just I'm not here to just tell you what to do. That's not my job. Hey, the scripture says, I have placed you as a watchman over the people. Right? So if something happened to you, I'm responsible. It is my job to tell you what you should and should not do. And guess what? There's a man who's responsible for me as well. And it's his job to tell me what I should and should not do. Y'all get it? This is not anything spaced out. Your mama think you're in a cult. You're not in a cult. You're following the Bible. People read the Bible. We live the Bible. Y'all get it? All right. Keep reading.
And officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time.
You say officers amongst your tribes and captains and all of this other stuff. It's talking about that. Go ahead and read what you got out.
Exodus chapter 18.
This should be similar, I believe. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God.
The ones that do what?
Fear God.
Nah, just pick anybody.
Such as fear God.
Because the nigga got a Steve Harvey suit on.
Such as fear God.
Make sure that the man you following does what?
fear God.
Fears God. Now, how can you tell if somebody fears the Most High? Y'all ain't rocking with me.
You keep
Go
the
ahead,
law,
you
statutes,
sell.
and commandments.
Huh?
You keep the law, statutes,
That's how
and
you know.
commandments.
That's how you know right there. Now, here's the problem. The brothers, if you are following a man that does not fear God, you should not follow him. Sisters. You got one man to follow. And if you choose the wrong one, you are obligated to follow him till he dies or you die. Y'all got me? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. You bring your problems to my captain because you done chose the wrong dude that don't follow God.
That sounds
Ain't no getting out. Ain't no redo. Ain't no do-over. That's your dude.
right.
That's it. All right. So that's a little advice right there. You already chose. Better pray for him. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Such as fear God, men of truth.
Men of what?
Men of truth.
That's what you're looking for. Go ahead.
Having covetousness, and place such over them
Mm-hmm.
to be rulers of thousands,
Mhm.
and rulers of hundreds,
Right.
rulers of 50s, rulers of 10s.
Y'all see what's going on right here. It's the same thing. The Lord told them to find men that serve the Most High, that and place them over you to be rulers of 50s and rulers of 10s and rulers of thousands. This is the same thing we're doing now. So y'all get it. It's rank in the household. It's rank amongst the nations. It's rank in the men that follow the Lord. And we did with Moses and Aaron. It's rank amongst those who are to do the Lord's work. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give me Romans 13:1 real quick. 13:1. Matter of fact, I pulled it. I might as well get it. You give me the Romans 13:1. Yourself, give me Ezekiel 33:6. This is very important because if you out of rank, you out of the will of the Lord. You out of the will of the Most High. Right? There's been many a times where I done took it upon myself to make a decision. And then I call the man above me and find out that wasn't the choice that I should have made. Just doing my own thing out here, all willy nilly, like, you know what I'm saying? I got it. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm a grown man, and now you dead wrong. And the brother that's responsible for you has to fix it. That happens in the household as well. All right, Slocky. All right, go ahead and give me a one if we back up. Thou shot, we good? Maybe we not.
Still
All right.
covered.
All right, cool. All right, go ahead and give me the Ezekiel you got.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword,
Go back up. Go back up.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
He heard the sound.
You don't say I have made thee a watchman. No, that might be 13 and 17. Yeah, let me get 13 and 17 real quick. Go ahead and give me what you got.
Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Uh-oh. What does that mean? Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Go ahead and keep reading. Nobody want to answer that question. Go ahead.
For there is no power but of the power.
There is no power but of the power. You want to break that one down for me, please? Let every soul be subject to a higher power. IUIC would say that means you got to do what the white man say. Because God put that white man over you. Is that what that means? Let's not talk about the police. Let's answer that. But it is, but it ain't. What does that mean? Let every soul be subject to a higher power. It's what we was just talking about. Go ahead. It's rank and order and structure. If the Lord put a man over you, right, you be subject to him within the realms of the Most High. Now remember what this man had to be, right? He had to be a man that was, what did it say?
Man of truth.
A man of truth. That's the one I was looking for. One who fears God and so on and so forth, right? Yeah. This is why the sisters should have let their daddy pick their man. Now they got a cute husband that don't fear the Most High, and he is not a man of truth. There you go. Halak. Keep going. Whoever's reading.
The powers that be are ordained of the power.
Here's what we're saying, right? When they say, I have you know that Christ is the head of every man, head of man is the head of the woman is the head of the children, and God is the head of Christ, right? What it says in 11 and 3. The Lord ordained it to be that way. He ordained us to be over the other nations. You're supposed to be better than them. He ordained the men of God to have rank, order, and structure, and there to be somebody that talks or speaks or is in a representation of what Moses did at the time. And the Lord speaks to them, and he speaks to the man next to him, which is Aaron, and he tells the children of Israel how things are supposed to go. This was ordained by the Most High. So why would anybody ever find it weird? Why would it feel funny to do what the Lord said to do? It's only one reason. Go.
Because they never taught.
Right. Why? Talk about who? It only feels weird for one reason. Anybody know? You know? Go ahead. Nah. Well, that's a big part of it, but that's not why it feels funny.
Because
Go ahead.
naturally you don't want to do what's right.
That's similar to her answer, right? All right, I'm gonna make it simple. It only feels weird because of the Christian church. That's why it feels weird. That's it. That's it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all understand that or no? It's not built on the ranking structure in the church as the one that the Lord told Moses to create way back that we just read out of the scriptures. It's built on the Pope and the Vatican and the pastor and the bishop and the deacons. But who really got the power though? in the church, the pastor ain't gonna never tell you to go home and listen to your man because he gonna tell you to listen to him. He's the pastor. The woman gonna say, I ain't gotta listen to you. My pastor is so and so and such and such. Y'all understand? Y'all get it? No? Yes? All right. Here's what I'm telling you. I've been in the truth for quite some time. General YAHANNA ain't never told none of my wives to do nothing. But he's told me to do everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how it works. It's my job to tell my wife what to do. It's his job to tell me what to do. Y'all follow him. That's rank, order, and structure. That's how it works. All right? There's more to it. Keep going. Oh, a matter of fact, he should never have to. Let's get that squared away. Go ahead.
Okay. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
You could go ahead and do your own thing. You are grown. You are grown. It is hot girl summer. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you're going against this ranking order and structure that the Lord has put together, they shall receive to themselves what?
Damnation.
Whatever that means, I don't want no part of it. I don't want no part of it. It's more to it. What verse you on?
I'm just about to begin verse 3.
Yeah, keep going.
Come. Verse 3. For rules are not a terror to good works.
Rules are not a terror to good works. If you ain't trying to do nothing wrong, you won't have a problem with rules. Only reason people got a problem with the speed limit is because they're trying to go 200 miles an hour. That's it. That's the reason why. Everything that you want to do that's against the law, the only reason you have a problem with it is because you want to do it. Right? Mm-hmm. Rules are not a terror to good works. Keep going.
Come. But to the evil.
But to evil. Go ahead.
Come.
That's it? You at verse 4?
Still a little bit verse 3 left.
All right, keep going.
Come. Would thou then not be afraid of the power?
Mm-hmm.
Do that which is good,
mm-hmm.
and thou shalt have praise of the same. Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For he is the minister of the power to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil,
right,
be afraid.
There it is. Now that's the part where the Lord will send your enemy to rule over you if you ain't following what he said to do. Right? If you don't, he'll have some way to punish you. So if you ain't doing what the man above you telling you to do, then you should be afraid, is what it's saying. You should be afraid. Especially if he's telling you everything that lines up with the scriptures. Now, you got a man that's telling you to do something against the scriptures. He's not in the truth. But it says, them that fear God, those things like that. If he's telling you to sin, it don't matter who it is, do not listen to him. If your husband telling you to sin, don't listen to him. Y'all got it? If the man above you telling you to sin, don't listen to him. Y'all understand? You don't have to follow that or every other order that they give you. Follow every single thing they tell you to do. Everybody with me? All right. You got it? That was the end of that? Huh?
I went to it, but it didn't.
Ezekiel 13 and 17? What did it say?
Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart.
Nah, let me get it. I got it. Give me Galatians 1 and 6. Galatians 1 and 6 real quick.
Start.
Yeah, you can.
Galatians chapter 1 and verse 6. I marvel that you are soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahushua unto another gospel.
Right.
Continue.
Yep.
which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Yahushua.
So here's what I was just talking about. Some people, they might get a little bit of power and then they get that pride of life we was talking about earlier, right? Because they got a little bit of power. This is not what this thing is all about. Jeremiah said this, if you are a brother who abuses rank, you will never get any. You don't deserve none. Hear me when I say this. If you one of them, hey, go out there and wash my car. What the world have that got to do with the truth? Nothing. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to do the work of the Lord. You hear what I'm saying? Now, there might be some things in Hebrew Academy that you might have to deal with. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Just watch out for the bees and the dogs. That's all I'm going to tell you. Anyways. That's just training. That ain't got to do with this. But read what you read up.
Keep going from 7.
Yeah.
Verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
That's the part I was trying to get to, right? We all one body. We should have the same message. Remember what I was saying, what Christ said when Satan came to tempt him, right? He kept going back to the words of the Most High. He kept going back to the words of the prophets. He kept going back to the things that was already written in the Bible. That's how you do it. Now, if somebody is coming and showing and telling you something that's different from the things that's in the Bible, what does it say? Read that part again.
Let him be accursed.
Let him be accursed. God is not the author of confusion. He don't say one thing today and then tomorrow, oops, I changed my mind. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to be solid. The men that's above you supposed to be solid. The men that got any kind of rank, you got to be solid. You can't change and be over here and over there. That's how people get tossed to and fro with different doctrines. Everything you're going to hear me say is going to be nothing no different than what you'll hear General YAHANNA say. All the way to the lowest officer of 50 in the school, he better be teaching the exact same thing that you hearing from Commanding General YAHANNA, General Muhammad, Captain Tazariak, and so on and so forth. Y'all get it, right? If anybody come to you saying anything else, let them be accursed. We are one body, one faith, one baptism. Everything that we say is on one accord. Ain't no 5 bodies of Christ. It's only one. Huh? What?
5 bodies.
5 bodies of Christ? How many bodies of Christ is it? One body, one faith, one baptism. My point was people would believe that there are different bodies of Christ. It's only one. Take that however you want to take it. This is what I was looking for. Ezekiel 33. Oh, we was already there. And 6. Go back there. 33 and 6. You give me 1 Timothy 6 and 1. 1 Timothy 6 and 1. Just hold that for a second. All right, anybody got any questions on rank? Anybody not understand something? Question about something I might have brought out?
I didn't have a question. I had Romans 15 and 4. I was wondering if that was a precept for what you were saying.
Romans 15 and 4? What did it say?
Well, I just got to read down. I can kind of paraphrase it.
Nah, tell me what it say. You can go to it. You can come back to where you at. Just remember where you at. You said 15 and 4? For what I was just saying just now.
For what you were saying when we was talking about how Yahushua, every time he was tempted, he go back to as it is written.
Mm-hmm. You'll hear that all the time. Paul said it a lot. You know what I'm saying? In the New Testament, they always refer back to the prophets and the law as it is written. Yes, that was. But you can go ahead and read it, though.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
That's correct. Everything that was written in this book aforetime was written for us to learn from, right? That's the only reason we have hope. If we ain't see the Lord bring us out of Egypt, how we know he gonna bring us out of this captivity in America? Everything that's in the book, we know what to do. We have to do exactly what they said they did in Leviticus and cried out to the Lord, and he heard their cries and removed them from out of the bondage that they was in. So yeah, that's exactly right. Everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. What we got to do is, if somebody come and tell you something different, let them be accursed, right? That's what it was saying. You got the scripture, Yamayan?
Come. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 1.
We got to run through these, all right?
Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor.
Here we go right here. Let the people that's up under the yoke count their masters worthy of the honor. Now, we did a lot of talking about who you should listen to, right? Now we talking about people who have authority. If you are a mother and you're telling your kids something, make sure that those kids that are under the yoke can count you worthy to tell them what to do. If you're a brother and you have women, make sure your wives can count you worthy to tell them what to do. It just makes everything easier. You got to do it anyway, but it's a lot easier for a person to follow a just man or a just woman than to follow somebody who is not. Y'all understand? Keep reading. That
the name of the power and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
See, that's the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? You get a person trying to follow the Most High, and then you got authority over them. You got to make sure that you use that to your best ability in order to make them better people, right? If you, it's no different. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Then you jump in my car and I take you home and it smell like weed. Or you see a porno magazine or something. I don't know. I'm just giving examples. Hear what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you living a life where the people that are supposed to respect you don't have an excuse not to. You get that? I had a brother in the school telling me he wondering why his wife won't listen to nothing he's saying. Oh, she won't stop eating pork, right? But the brother was smoking weed around his wife. Now you telling her we got to live by the law, statutes, and commandments. What? You think she ever go? You telling your child, don't never, what they say, don't do as I say, not as I do. Right? No, it don't work like that. Be the example. My King Yahushua was the example, and that's why I don't mind following him, because he did a hell of a job in showing us how to be men and being willing to give our life for the Lord's children. Y'all got me? All right, let me keep it moving. Go ahead. Give me Hebrews 13 and 17. Hebrews 13 and 17. A bunch of them. Y'all got it? Come on with it.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 17.
Quickly, let's go.
Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
That's the whole point right there. The reason you're going to obey that man, sis, is because he is watching over your soul. The reason you're going to obey that man is because he is watching over your soul. Anything happen to you is his responsibility. All right.
Keep going.
1 second. Shalom, Lord Christ. All right, kind of. All right, kind of. I'm ending the one in Jacksonville right now. I let y'all know. Kind of. All right, shalom. So let's finish with that. I just bought us about 10 minutes. Listen. Go ahead. Go. Hey, where we was at?
13:17.
Who?
Hebrews 13:17.
Oh, okay. Read it again.
Obey them that have the rule over you,
Mm-hmm.
and submit yourselves, for they watch for your soul.
They watch for your souls. Is there more to it? Keep going.
As they that must give account.
They must give an account. Go ahead.
That they may do it with joy, and not with grief.
There it is right there.
For that is unprofitable for
It's
you.
unprofitable for you to just be giving the people that above you trying to save your damn life a hard time. Chill out and let the people do their job. If you don't think it's their job, let's go back to Ezekiel 3:17 where we was at earlier. Right? You holding something? Oh, Ezekiel 3:17, right? This is their job. Let me know when you get there. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man.
This is what the Lord is telling Ezekiel, right? Go ahead.
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
This is our job and our responsibility. The Lord has set us as watchmen over the children of Israel. Keep going.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth.
Okay.
And give them warning from me.
It's my job to warn you that if you touch the stove, it's hot. That if you let me see what else. Run with scissors, you might cut yourself. That if you sell drugs, you might go to jail. That if you are a whore, you might get AIDS. It's my job to tell you that. And these are not things that I like to tell you, but these are things that could possibly happen. The Lord has set watchmen over the children of Israel. Keep going on.
18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
What is he saying? What does that mean?
If you don't do your job, then it falls on you.
If you don't do your job and do what?
As the watchman and give the warning from the Most High.
That's it. You got a job to do. Your job is to save your child's life, not be your child's best friend. Don't run with them scissors. Don't touch that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And your child might hate you for it. But you're going to save their life, though. Y'all get it? It's no different with your rib. She going to hate you for it. But you might save her life. It's no different with the men under you. They might hate you for it. But it's your job and your responsibility to warn them of the Lord's destruction if they do not do the right thing. Y'all got me? All right. Keep going. Salaki, we just had an order from the captain. Go ahead.
19. Yet if thou warn the wicked and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
So now if you tell him and he do what you said to do, right? Or he still go out and do it, at least you have delivered your own soul. You hear me? Your kids grow up and they go against everything you told them to do. They can't say you ain't tell them. I remember my mom told me, now I see what you're doing. Don't call me because I ain't coming to bail you out. She came, but anyway. But that ain't the point. The point is she warned me, like a good mother and a good father should, like a good watchman, a big brother should tell, listen, don't do that. It's not going to work out in your favor. Everybody understand? Go ahead.
What was that scripture that was just read?
Ezekiel, we started at 3 and 17,
Mm-hmm.
and we came all the way to 19.
Okay.
All right. Give me Ezekiel 33 and 6 real quick.
Ezekiel 33 and verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them,
Mm-hmm.
he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
Here's what I'm bringing this is out. The Lord is not playing about your responsibility if you have authority over anybody. I don't care who it is. If you have authority over anybody, take full responsibility for it because the Lord is going to require you to make sure that this person does not do anything that's going to get them killed. Now, you can't live it for them. All you can do is tell them, warn them, sound the trumpet. Hey, bro, they ain't gonna get you nowhere. Know what I'm saying? That's what you have to do. That's your responsibility. And as a person who has a man over you, it is your job to listen or be prepared for damnation if you go against the person that the Lord has put up. Y'all got it? All right. Any questions on that? No? Give me that Hebrews 15 and 9. Let's go back to my own. Our King. This is one I was going to pull out. And we'll end it with this one. Absolutely, Razan. Nah, let me go look at that. Let me go look at that. What are you talking about? First time. You have to ask. You're gonna have to ask the teacher in the next class that question. Came in kind of late. You got it? Hebrews 9 and 15. Salaki. I had it backwards. I said it backwards.
Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 15. And for this cause.
What's the cause? I mean, for this cause, because Christ did everything the Most High said, because he did not sin, because he did not go against his head, right? For this cause, go ahead.
He is the mediator of the New Testament.
He is the mediator of the New Testament, meaning the same way Moses was the mediator between us and the Most High in the Old Testament, because Moses was found to be a man that the Lord could trust. The same way, for this cause is why Christ is the mediator between us and the Most High in the New Testament or in the New Testament, right? Keep going.
That by means of death, for the redemption,
because he was willing to give his life for the children of Israel to redeem us. Keep going.
Of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
Of the transgressions of them that was under the first testament. So we use this scripture to show that everything that Christ died for was for the same people that was up under the first testament, right? And the promises was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm bringing this out just to prove that Christ deserved his authority. He deserves his rank. He deserves to be the king. And if you're going to follow anybody's example, that's the one you should follow. All right? If you're going to rule over anybody, you should do it with the way Christ did. Peter came to him and was out of pocket. He was like, listen, get thee behind me, Satan. He checked Peter when Peter cut the dude ear. Like, you about to get us all killed out here. Put the ear back on. Chill out. Relax. Nobody told you to do that. Nobody told you to do that. Doc. What is you doing? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to correct them that you have authority because you're a watchman for his soul. Them Roman army guards would have killed Peter. Christ wasn't worried about dying. The Lord already told him it was going to happen. Now you finna get all us killed out here. And that was not the order. The Lord ain't tell you to go out and start killing white people. That's not the order. You're going to get all us killed. All right? Follow and do what you told. Listen to the men above you. Get righteous counsel, and everything will be good. Rank, order, and structure is not an accident. There's a man over you, and you absolutely hate that nigga. Do what he said. The Lord put him up over you. All right? And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the class. We're going to do the prayers in here because we got kicked. I almost got kicked out the other library doing the prayers. I forgot who was in the library. You can do the prayers. I believe Officer Thawshah going to be teaching the class tonight. The class we use the scripture breakdown, usually from headquarters from 7 to 9. And with that, shalom.